Billy, wait. Before you see that tape, there's something I have to tell you.
Brittany, not now. All right, Max made such a big deal out of this. I'm gonna watch the tape.
Please, Billy, this is important. You acted like you really cared about me, but it was a lie. You and Mac played me for a fool.
Brittany, why are you bringing that all up?
Because you need to understand what I was thinking when I found out about you and Mackenzie.
So what does this have to do with the tape?
I was already suspicious. So one night when you asked me if I wanted to go to the movies, I told you I wasn't feeling well and I left. But then I came back because I had a hunch you would be with Mac. And I was right. I saw you kissing her.
Boy, she's something. Nothing gets past Brittany.
You surprised? What do you expect? She finds a tape that proves that she and Billy never did the deed. You gotta know she'll get rid of it if there's any way in the world.
Why would Mac leave the tape at the pool house? Why wouldn't she just take it with her?
Because Mac doesn't think like Brittany. It never occurred to Mac that Brittany would find out about it and steal it.
How did Brittany find out about the tape?
I've been wondering the same thing. The only people who saw the tape were me and Mac. And you, JT. Well, I guess that answers that. You told her.
Who cares? Britt's not stupid. She would have figured it out.
You couldn't just let it go, could you? I never took an oath of silence.
So now it comes down to Mac's word against Brittany's.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
JT and I can confirm what's on that tape. Billy's got to believe the three of us.
Abby finally asleep?
Yeah, she just needed her mommy to sing her lullaby, that's all.
Yeah. We had quite a day, didn't we?
Yeah, it was great to see Tracy. It's so seldom that she visits.
She looks good, doesn't she?
She looks great. Who am I kidding? The whole thing was incredibly awkward. You know, Tracy and I have always had issues.
Listen, sweetheart, it's not unusual to have a little sibling rivalry.
It was more than that. I mean, I've been worried about how our marriage would affect my relationship with her. So...
Well, you see, now you know you had nothing to worry about.
Were you surprised about how smoothly the whole thing went?
No, not really. Me and Tracy moved on with her life a long time ago. She and Steve have been married for years. They have a wonderful life in New York. Tracy and I share a daughter. That's really all that's left of our marriage.
Okay. There you go. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, my goodness. Congratulations. What do you do?
A couple more months.
Oh, my gosh. Good for you. Is it my imagination, Ashley, or did you and Brad react kind of strangely when I made that last comment about Abby?
Yeah, well, I guess Dad never told you.
About what?
There's definitely something you should know. Brad isn't Abby's biological father. Miss Abbott?
Oh, I am so sorry. Here we go.
I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed the party at the Newmans.
Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it?
Yes. It's been ages since I've been able to relax like that and with such lovely people. All members of your fan club. They're very grateful for what you did for Nicholas.
Aw, shucks, ma'am.
I'm very lucky to have you handling my case.
Well, you know, sometimes in this business, everything works out right and there's a happy ending. That's part of the reason I became a private investigator.
To help people, you mean?
Yeah, that and to play cops and robbers. I'm glad you got your mind off your problems for a while.
You're right, I did. And in repayment, I'd like to cook you dinner.
Oh, you're kidding? I'm still stuffed from the party.
Oh, what's this?
It's a note from Lynn. She's out with Marissa and won't be back until very late.
You know, I investigated that job in Cannes. It's quite intriguing.
Really?
Yeah. Not only is it very lucrative, it goes a long way to solidifying our reputation as an international law firm.
You're thinking it's up Christine's alley.
Might not be too crazy for her to take it after all.
Extend her time away, though. Maybe until fall.
I realize that.
About her husband. Do you think she'd want to be away from Paul the rest of the summer?
So you're gonna forget about Alex.
That's what I said.
Just gonna put her out of your mind just like that.
Hey, look, Ryan, up until today when we had this talk, I hadn't even admitted that I was attracted to Alex, and now that I have, I'll deal with it.
By denying your feelings?
No, by acting like an adult. You don't just jump on every beautiful chick that you see, do you?
Well, if I have nothing else going on.
Hey, come on, man, you're not listening. She's taken.
Look, I'm not trying to get on your case. I just have to wonder if you're being honest with yourself.
Right. I will not allow another woman to come between my brother and me. It happened once before. I will not allow it to happen again. My brother's about to go through a very rough time fighting for visitation with his son. He needs his family and his friends to be there for him, to stand by him, which I intend to do. And that does not include trying to get some action off his girl.
Hey, Ryan, your secretary said I could find you here, but you know what? If I'm interrupting something, I can come back.
No, that's okay. Why don't you guys use my office to talk? I have somewhere I have to go. Excuse me.
Sure. Bad timing.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
About our conversation earlier. You seemed, I don't know, maybe a little spooked by my bringing up the idea of having kids.
No, it's not like I took it personally. And we're just getting to know each other. Speaking of kids, the Globe by Jabot kids, I'm gonna have to avoid them if they're gonna be working here this summer. It's too bad because I really like those kids. But I understand you can't have your chief competitor looking over your shoulder.
Well, sweetheart, you live here now. This is your home.
Well, it could get sticky.
We'll make it work.
Good, I hope so. So how are Billy and Brittany doing? Are they doing okay?
Why, do you have reason to suspect otherwise?
Oh, no, I was just wondering. You know what? We're treading on business territory here. I'll drop it. It's none of my concern.
Things seemed kind of tense between you and Neil.
Oh, not really. So how was the party for your brother?
It was good. It was great to have Nicholas back home. The kids were thrilled to have their dad back.
Sorry I couldn't make it.
Yeah, we missed you. Nicholas really appreciates everything you did for him.
Hey, it was my pleasure.
You really put yourself on the line for my family and my brother, and no one's gonna forget that. So, covered the party. You know, there's something I really want to talk to you about.
What's that?
Well, I haven't wanted to bring it up because of the whole mess with Nicholas, but...
You're wondering about us. Where do we go from here, right?
Alex, come on now. Just say it. I promise I won't fall apart. What are you doing? Are you trying to break up with me?
No.
Okay, then what?
Why do you think there's any hidden meaning in my words?
Alex, I'm getting hazy signals from you, that's all. I mean, I just don't think you're being direct with me.
It's nothing against you. It's just that things have been very confusing these days. And they have been ever since I arrived in Genoa City.
What, you trying to find some way to clear the fog?
Something like that.
Okay. I think I have a pretty good idea where you're coming from.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. You came to town for a job. And you were probably thinking it was going to go down just like any other gig that you've ever had. But instead, you found yourself butting heads with my brother. Then you and I hook up. You end up in the middle of a family crisis. You try to help me out with my son. You catch a whole lot of heat from my ex-wife.
I know, and it's a bit overwhelming. Especially for someone who usually focuses solely on her work. You know, just right from the get-go, Malcolm, I'm telling you, I was just thrown off balance. And I found myself doing things I've never done in my life.
Like pushing Neil's buttons.
Yeah. It's not like me to do that.
You push buttons in court, don't you?
Yeah, but this is different. I mean, it's personal. I mean, why would I let myself get caught up baiting a man that I'm working with by dating his brother?
Okay, you listen to me. I'll admit that things did get off to a weird start. But all of that is behind us now, baby.
I'm not sure Neil's ever gonna get over this.
Alex, that's his problem, not ours. Is Neil's opinion that important to you? Sweetheart, the way I see it, what happens between you and me is strictly between the two of us.
You know, I only have one regret about Tracy's visit.
That she did bring your daughter?
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen Cully.
I'm sure you miss her a lot, huh?
I do. I wonder if she's ready to deal with having two fathers. I really would like to play a more active role in her life.
Well, Daddy, what a nice surprise.
Well, I hope I'm not barging in.
Oh, you're always welcome here, John. You know that.
Well, I was at
you.
Gina's, and she insisted that I bring you two guys some of her cappuccino cheesecake.
Nice. Boy, you seem to be spending an awful lot of time at Janie's these days.
Yeah, that's something we should know about.
No comment.
Huh?
Now, the other reason I'm here is I want to talk to you two about Tracy's visit. I understand you ran into her at the house.
We were just talking about that.
Well, when I mentioned you two to Tracy earlier, I got the distinct feeling she didn't want to be with you.
Really?
Well, I hope it's not true, but how did your visit go?
Well, it was a bit awkward at first.
Yeah, but, I mean, overall, I think it went pretty well.
Yeah.
Well, I'm relieved to hear that. You know, maybe I misread her.
Well, you're awfully perceptive, Dad, especially when it comes to your kids, so.
Well, obviously I was wrong this time, and I'm glad.
You want to join us for some cheesecake?
Oh, I already had some dessert, and I've got to get going.
Hey, wait a second. You just got here.
I know, but I just came to drop the goodies off. No, really, I need to get to the office, take care of some things on my way home.
Well, all right. Drive carefully.
I will. Good night, my beauty.
Night.
Bradley.
Night, John.
Hi, Dad. Thanks.
Thanks for the cheesecake.
Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Tracy, darling, good news. I just heard from the publicity guys. We've got 5 more cities lined up. We can extend your tour through this month, probably into the next.
Oh, David, I'm not sure if I really want to do that.
You're kidding. When we started this tour, I got the feeling that you welcomed the distraction.
I know, because my husband and my daughter are in Europe.
You asked me to line up more signings.
I know that. And you know, they're not going to be gone as long as I thought, and I've been reassessing things. I'm just not sure that's what I want to do.
You never said a word.
Because I felt so incredibly betrayed.
Well, why did you act like you didn't know?
Billy, I feel really crummy about this. I let my anger get the best of me.
So what are you trying to say, Britt?
What she's saying, Billy, is that you... I'll tell him, okay? What the tape shows... You fell asleep before anything happened that night. What you believed... It didn't happen. We didn't make love that night, Billy.
You're gonna back Mackenzie up if she needs our help, right? Not me, man. I'm not getting in the middle of this. And I don't see why you should either. Well, maybe because they're both my friends. That's all the more reason to stay out of it. Now, you're pretty selective about that. I mean, you don't mind babbling to Brittany about the tape, but you don't want to step in and clear up the mess. Get off my back. Mac's better off without Abbott. You're awfully concerned about Mac these days. Like you said, she's my friend. Is that all she is? What are you getting at? Well, why are you so worried about Mac going back to Billy? I mean, is it because you're afraid she might get hurt, or is it because you're hoping to start something up with her yourself? You guys are losing it. And I got homework to do. Getting kind of complicated, isn't it?
I think that Max will chance her place.
Call, find out.
Hi, Esther. It's Rihanna. Hi, is Mac there? Okay, thanks.
Not home, huh?
No.
Well, I got a pretty good guess where she might be.
It's not that easy to dismiss Malcolm. I work with the man.
Alex.
Hey, Malcolm. Hi, Alex.
Neil. Hi.
Hi. Okay if I join you?
Sure. Have a seat.
Thanks. So, how was your day, man? Photograph any supermodels?
No, nothing that glamorous.
All right, listen, enough of the chit-chat. I'm sure you're wondering what I'm doing here sitting in this chair talking to you, huh?
I'll admit you got me a little curious, yeah.
Especially after all the attitude I've been giving you lately.
You know what? Do you want me to leave? You know, this is family
No,
stuff.
this
I can
is
get out
about
of here.
you too, Alex. I'd like you to stay.
Okay, Neil, I'll bite. What's on your mind?
Malcolm, I think it's time we put everything out on the table.
Well, naturally, that's Christine's call.
Think she'd even consider it?
Why not? It's a fabulous opportunity.
No offense, but why our firm?
Because they heard about Chris's work in Hong Kong and they are very, very impressed.
Do you know anything specific about the job?
Well, as I understand, it's more of a consulting assignment, not quite a full-blown legal case.
Less pressure.
Exactly. My guess is that Chris will spend most of her time snorkeling the Great Barrier Reef.
Not bad duty.
Yeah. Almost like the vacation she never took.
Of course, you're assuming she'd be willing to be separated from Paul that much longer. It's a big question, isn't it? How about a nightcap?
I've got some iced tea. There's a pitcher in the fridge. Would you like a glass?
Sounds good.
You know, we really haven't had a chance to discuss your case ever since you decided to stay in town.
If you're thinking about digging further into James's past, I don't...
Well, that's my point. I'm not sure that I have to.
What do you mean?
Well, now that I know that you worked for your husband and his escort service, there's no reason why you can't tell me everything, right?
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
And being his bookkeeper, I'm sure there's a lot you can tell me. In particular, the backers to his business.
Well, yeah, I remember some of their names, not all of them. And the ones that came around often, I got the feeling that they were calling the shots.
Shady characters?
Yeah.
Well, if they were involved in the money laundering, they could represent a real threat to you.
Maybe so, but what can you do about it? If you start poking around, don't you think you're going to stir up more trouble?
You're afraid it could work against you?
From what I know about these men, they're not going to admit to you that they're after me. And approaching them is just going to make things worse. Personally, I don't want to make any waves.
Well, I know what you're saying.
And there hasn't been an incident in weeks.
I know. But you just can't live waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's no solution either.
No, but I could stay on here and keep a low profile. Maybe they'll lose interest in me and go away.
Wishful thinking, I'm afraid. I'll tell you what, why don't you let me think about it a little while longer, and I'll see if I can come up with a course of action that will be suitable for both of us?
But realistically, don't you think that would take a long time?
Yeah, I just want to know if there's a chance for us to have a future together.
I'm not sure either of us can answer that question yet, Vic.
So you need more time.
I think we both do. I mean, I'd hate to rush into anything.
Right. Sure, yeah, I understand that.
Look, before we make any commitments, why don't we spend some more time together and see what happens?
Okay, if that's how you feel.
I know that's not what you want. I mean, a loose arrangement
I can
like
live
this.
with it.
You sure?
I wonder if my dad was right. Tracy really didn't want to see us.
I don't know. She seemed pretty civil to me.
Well, acting polite is one thing, but she's very good at concealing her feelings, you know.
Look, honey, let's not go looking for trouble, okay? If Tracy's feeling something, if she's not feeling something, it really doesn't affect our lives.
Well, I can't help it. I mean, thinking back to the very moment when I told her that you weren't Abby's real daddy.
She was surprised.
It was more than that. And frankly, I find her reaction to be a little unsettling.
What do you mean?
Well, it was almost... How do I say this? It was almost as if she was relieved.
Relieved?
Yeah. That she's still the only one that actually has your child.
Do you know of some problem between Billy and Brittany?
Why do you ask?
Well, for starters, Billy is my brother, and then there's the fact that I have a business relationship with the two of them.
You know, I think I may be crossing the line if I said
Then
anything.
you do know something.
No, I don't know anything. I was just wondering how they were.
Frankly, I was never sure that relationship would amount to anything.
Really?
I mean, it's not that I don't understand why Billy's attracted to the girl. It's just they've had more than their share of problems.
Well, they always seem to work it out, haven't they?
Yeah, I guess we should be relieved by that, huh? It's amazing. Here we are counting on these kids to come through for us, be little professionals, and they're just living their normal, confused teenage lives.
Yeah, well, you just have to write it out. Listen, if you would have hired other kids, like actors, to play the Glow by Jabot kids, it wouldn't have worked. With these kids, you get spontaneity. They're dealing with real problems, and people respond to that.
You're just trying to make me feel better.
Yeah. Is it working?
It's kind of working.
Yeah.
No, I gotta deal with it. I get it. Oh, speak of the devil, come on in.
Hi, Phyllis.
Hey.
Should our ears be burning?
Oh, we were just discussing a little business.
Is, Billy around?
I don't think so.
Raul, it's great to see you up and about.
Thanks. I feel great.
I'm so proud of him. The way he's been following doctor's orders. Though I am worried he might be overdoing it just a little bit.
I feel fine, baby.
I hope you've seen the number of hits on the website. There are a lot of people out there very concerned about you.
I know, it's incredible.
Well, assuming that the Globe by Jabot website is up and running by the summer, you'll be very important.
You could be a great influence on other kids with diabetes.
Is there some doubt about the summer plans?
No, not as far as I'm concerned.
Same group?
We stick with the winners, right? Though I will want to talk to you one-on-one. Everything you're going through could be an important aspect of this whole project. That is, if you're okay with it. I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable. Rao, are you a little uneasy about focusing on your illness?
I don't know, Jack. I'd like to think about it. I'm sure it'd be all right, though. You know, if I could help somebody else, then,
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that, though. From the looks on your faces, do you have some other reason to be concerned about this summer?
We didn't make love in the pool house that night?
Not even close, Billy. You were dead to the world.
Oh, you saw the tape?
Yeah. Nothing happened.
Well, I saw the tape, too. It seems so clear.
Do you want to tell him or should I? There were 2 cameras, Billy, and 2 tapes. The one you saw, and this one.
You really got the impression Tracy was relieved that I'm not Abby's biological father?
I did. Now, I told her that you'd adopted Abby, and that I felt that she was as much your child as she is mine.
Well, you know, that's exactly how I feel, too. And God willing, it won't be too long before we have a baby together.
Yeah. But precious girl, little brother or sister.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan.
Yeah. Well, you know, given Tracy's reaction to Abby's paternity and the vibe that my dad picked up on, maybe this whole situation with Tracy is going to be just as complex as we originally thought.
I sure hope not.
Well, you just better get yourself prepared.
Baby, I'm prepared. I know exactly where I stand. And no one's attitude is going to change that.
Yeah. Well, I hope you're right.
I'm right.
I hate to say this, but maybe it is for the best that Tracy just doesn't come to visit that often.
Well, I gotta tell you, Ash. I'm not sure I agree with you on that one.
Hello?
Hi, honey.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, how's the dance program going?
Terrific.
Good. Are you learning a lot?
I'll say. I had no idea how much I didn't know. I'll need a new pair of legs when I'm finished. How's your book tour?
Oh, it's great. I'm getting a wonderful reception.
Will you be done soon? I have a recital in a week, and I'd love for you to be here.
You know, my schedule is just a little up in the air right now, so we're gonna have to wait and see, okay?
Oh, okay. Do you want to talk to Dad?
You know, I don't have time right now, Colleen, but what I would really rather do is talk to you.
Mom, this is your 3rd call, and you still haven't spoken to him.
Honey, we talk. Don't you worry about this for a minute. Besides, I have a question for you.
What's that?
I know that we haven't set any plans for the summer yet, and I have a great idea. How would you like to go somewhere you haven't been in a very long time? Genoa City.
Okay, Neil, I get the feeling this is about to be pretty heavy.
Shouldn't be. Actually, I'm here to apologize.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. I've been carrying around this grudge of mine for too long now.
Okay, I'm listening.
You know, Malcolm, you told me more than once that at times I can behave like a stuffed shirt.
Hey, look, man, I never meant...
No. Listen, I know what you meant, and you're right. Things have been pretty stressful for me at work. And maybe I've allowed that tension to spill into other parts of my life. In any case, I'm not going to give you any more flack about your relationship with Alex. I'm glad you two are happy together. I really am. And I would like to propose a toast, if I may.
You may. Let me get you a glass.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Here you go.
Thanks. To Malcolm and Alex, may you two be very, very happy together, and may we all have bright days ahead of us.
Neil, hearing you say all of that means a lot to me. It means a lot to us. Right, Alex?
Yes, it does.
Wow.
Well, hey, why don't you stick around, join us for dinner. I'll spring.
I wish I could. I actually phoned ahead for some takeout. I got to cover for Victor while he's away, but maybe next time, huh? I gotta go.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm glad that things are back on an even keel for us.
I am too. And take care of that lady. She's very special.
I'll do that.
Good night, Alex.
Good night, Neil.
How about that? Alex, looks to me like things just got a whole lot simpler for us.
Well, I have to admit, I don't see a solution right now. An easy one, anyway.
Well, there's a time limit, though, isn't there? Your wife's returning soon.
Yeah, as soon as her case wraps up.
Well, assuming she'll be coming home, shouldn't I be gone by then?
I'm not sure where Christine and I stand at the moment. But yeah, you're right. I assume that when she does return, we will be living under the same roof. Hey, but I don't want you to worry. I will find a safe place where you can live, no matter how long it takes. Isabella, I'm not going to let anything happen to you, whether we're together or not. Look, you can trust me now, can't you?
I think we better get out of Neil's office.
I think that's a good idea. What is it? Something wrong?
No, I was just thinking about the conversation I had with Neil earlier.
Oh, the one I walked in on?
Yeah. He's kind of going through a rough time right now. But you know what? He's going to make the right choice, as usual.
Okay. I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about.
Well, remind me to fill you in sometime. Are you ready?
All set.
Let's go.
Baldwin.
Michael, it's me.
Now, Chantal, I need to take this in private.
Rob, I have to get home anyway. Thanks for the coffee.
Thank you. What is it, Isabel? You're with Paul, aren't you?
He's in the other room. I only have a minute to talk.
So what's going on?
I'm having second thoughts.
Hey, relax. You did the right thing. You listened to your heart.
I know, but...
Isabella, think how you'd feel if you'd left, if you'd never given this thing with Paul a chance. You never know what could happen.
That's the problem. I know exactly what's going to happen. Paul's wife is coming home soon.
Hey, don't worry. There's still time yet.
Nevertheless, all I'm doing is getting myself deeper and deeper. I'm the one that's going to get hurt.
Why? Has something happened since we last spoke?
Paul and I were just talking, and I was trying to find out where he stood with Christine. Whether or not she was going to move back in with him or not.
And?
And he assumed she would. He said he'd find me a place to live, but if that happens...
Oh, right. Calm down. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
I'm way ahead of you.
There were 2 cameras?
Phyllis put up an extra one. We didn't even know it was there.
So the tape that I saw where you were all over me, and then you got up and moved to the camera and turned it off.
This one goes beyond that.
Brittany, you told me what happened. We made love.
I know, I'm sorry. I was so hurt and angry. I felt I had to do something.
We never made love? My God, Brittany, I can't...
We both made mistakes that summer, Billy. Terrible mistakes.
I can't believe this. How could you do this?
All I can say in my defense is that you were the one that hurt me. I was just reacting.
You think you were justified?
Maybe it's just as well the truth came out. No more secrets. Besides, it was a long time ago. Think of all that's happened since then. We can go on from here. Just tell me you forgive me, Billy.
Brittany, you're right. We both did make a lot of mistakes last summer, but your mistake and mine, they don't even compare to each other. And Mac and I, we were trapped. We felt like we had no choice but to deceive people so things wouldn't get back to my mother. But you purposely and knowingly destroyed one relationship and created another out of nothing. Do you have any idea how rotten that is?
A lie is a lie! You were pretending with me to cover up what you were doing with Mac! You let me fall in love with you, and all the time you were just using me!
I don't see a point in discussing this any further.
Billy, just wait.
Just get off.
Normally, I'm not one to, kick somebody when they're down. But in your case, I think I'm gonna make an exception.
What?
Look at it.
July 28th? That's not the day that...
No, Brittany. It's not. I never made a copy of the tape that you destroyed. When you went to go get a soda, I just slipped a tape from the box into my bag.
You mean you just...
Yep. If you would have kept your mouth shut one more moment, you would have called my bluff. Your word against mine. But like you said, I think it's a good thing that the truth came out. Don't you?
Join us again for The Young and the Restless.